Brownie.
It's a podcast bonus.
Chrissie's Taste.com. You made it wrong. The strawberry doesn't go in the fish without soul. And taste the come.
Yes, I don't know what order to do these in. There are some real funny ones. This is where we trawl through the greatest recipe website ever, taste.com.au.
I just got one from Titus's daughter,
Yeah?
Tigger, when she came in. She offered me a suggestion for her 2-minute noodles. She said, brownie, 2-minute noodles with butter and tomato sauce. It's fabulous.
Fabulous. That
Really?
speaks to Pang's phoner. Let's concentrate on taste.com.au. It's where we read the reviews. We don't want the good ones. We want the angry ones because there's nothing quite like the fury of a failed recipe.
And from memory, Swanee, the angry ones essentially involve them not following the recipe
Yeah,
and then being upset at the result.
exactly.
Yeah, cool.
It is a very strange combination. So A. McClellan made the lentil and cauliflower pilaf, in brackets low fat. It looks delicious and it sounds delicious. Basically, onion, cauliflower, rice, curry paste, and lentils and chickpeas, right? A. McClellan says, my doc said no carbs after lunch, and I made this for dinner. Now, I just want to explain to you that rice is a carb,
carbs, yeah.
and so are the lentils. So I omitted the lentils and
They're
rice.
carbs, are they? They were legumes.
They are, but also carbs.
Really?
Yeah. So I omitted the lentils and rice. A. McClellan has made this recipe for a lentil pilaf, which is lentil and rice. They've taken out the lentils and rice.
And rice. The key ingredients,
Omitted.
the basis for
They
it.
threw mushrooms in instead.
Nice.
I substituted yogurt for cream. Still tasted really good. So there you go.
Oh, she's
That's an
happy.
unusual one. Zucchini slice, the great zucchini slice. May I offer you a tidbit?
Christine.
The zucchini slice is the most popular recipe, hands down, on taste.com.au.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprising.
Why is that?
Millions, because it's tasty as heck.
And healthy, Swan, hey?
It's essentially eggs, cheese, zucchini, and bacon.
Easily
The
grown at home as well.
The
so
illusion of health.
Mate, no carbs in that bad boy.
They got everything else.
Carbs aren't unhealthy, by the way. Let me just do
Cheese.
a couple of
What
public
else is
service
that?
announcements.
Cheese.
Cheese is protein. Read a book.
It's true. This one, Mrs. Hong Kong, has tricked her husband.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Mrs. Hong Kong.
Is that racist?
No, of course not. I'm here.
Mrs. Hong Kong said this was delicious. I'm not going to do an accent. That would be racist.
Yeah. Also, I know it's radio, but don't do the eyes, all right? Oh, come on. Jeez. Just read the...
That was a stretch.
There are limits to this.
Did you mean that, Jonathan?
No, he didn't. Oh. Mrs. Hong Kong says this is delicious.
She's married now.
Mrs. Hong Kong.
Oh, sorry.
She was always married to Mr. Hong Kong. Catch up.
What has she done, Swanee?
Delicious. I didn't add the bicarb as it upsets my stomach. So it wouldn't have risen. It would have been flat. But here she goes, God, I've really got to stop myself from doing the accent. This would be so much funnier.
Don't think
No,
about
don't
it.
do the accent.
I'm not going to do the accent.
Jeez.
One of my
She said-
Fox footy colleagues tried that on bounce one night.
Not the best idea.
No, it didn't go as well.
No.
The switchboard lit up.
Huge surprise.
I told my husband it was quiche and he loved it. Lol.
Genius.
Lol.
Classic Hong Kong.
Mrs. Hong Kong is cheeky.
Yes. Who would have wanted to do time with Mrs. Hong Kong?
Passion fruit slice. I really love this one. We might end on this one.
You do this in an accent?
No, this is from. This says this yummy kid-friendly treat has a crumbly coconut base and a creamy, tangy topping. Great baker gives it 1 star and says disgusting, spelt with a C, but we'll deal with that later. We had to chuck it all out. Nobody liked. I couldn't believe all the reviews. They were all so good, and I was having my boss over for dinner, and I work at a cafe. Warning, do not make this recipe. Never make this again.
What's the recipe?
Never make this again.
Passion fruit
So
crumble.
gross.
Passion fruit
Exclamation.
slice.
And then Great Baker has responded to her own message with, I agree.
Jesus.
And then someone has come in.
What's a pile-on now?
T. Lynch said, you agreed to your own review? Lol. Sorry, something about it is so feeble. She's so angry, and then it's like she's read it for the first time, that she hasn't written it. And she said, I agree.
Chrissie, Sam and Brownie, Ripper Show will be back tomorrow. Chrissie, Sam and Brownie, unless it's a weekend. Over 100.